Hi, this is Kyle from APS, and I'm here to guide you through how to choose replacement running rigging for a club racer slash cruising keelboat. Now, what is that classification? The racing side of it at the club level would be some perf racing, some Wednesday night racing, where lower stretch and some performance is definitely wanted out of your running rigging. The flip side of that coin is, hey, we're going out for a cruise tonight, we're going away on the boat with the family for the weekend, and the performance need really doesn't exist there, and we can go with more conventional cruising line choices. So I'm going to guide you through starting with this wall of double braid polyesters over to some higher tech stuff over here where we've got some blended cores, some pure cores. Okay, starting with halyards, whether that's Maine, Jib, Genoa, Spinnaker. Our starting place here is also our lowest tech kind of grouping. These are our double braid polyesters. They're great because they're durable. They're relatively inexpensive. They are low stretch. So it's a good starting place. But if you're looking for a little more performance, a little lower stretch, one of our most common areas we end up with or product-wise, are these two. These are blended cores. They're still double braids. So this from Samson is MLX, and this is VPC from New England. This has a blended Dyneema core, and this a blended Vectran core. So you get some more strength, lower stretch, but you're not paying the cost of a pure core. It's a double braid with polyester cover. Because of the high-tech core, this would take a high-tech I-splice. Of course, a double braid polyester would take a traditional I-splice. So here at APS, we traditionally, I'll say historically, refer to halyards in two groups, either upwind halyards, your headsail and main, or downwind halyards, your spinnaker. And typically, because upwind sails, you really, when you set them in a racing mode, you don't want them moving. You don't want the main coming down. You want tensions not to change. We've always gone with a Vectran. It's low stretch and it has no creep. And, well, what's creep? Well, what creep is, and it's the issue that Dyneema and Spectra have historically had, is while this is a very low stretch line, it does creep, and what happens is under a constant high load, the molecules in Dyneema start to rearrange and elongate, and when you remove the tension, the line doesn't recover. It stays in that extended length. So to illustrate, if I were to take a piece of this from the ceiling and hang a 50-pound weight from this and come back in a month, I would probably find that the weight is sitting on the floor, the line has elongated. When I untie the weight, the line stays elongated. That's a dramatic explanation, but it kind of gives you the idea of what creep is. Nice thing is these days, where we had Dyneema in its early days, DSK 60, we went up to 70, 75s, now we're up to, they just keep engineering this better and better. And now that we're in the area of DSK 78s and 90s, they've pretty much engineered most of the creep issues out. So that's a long way of saying you could go with either one of these, but our traditional would be a Vectran for upwind and a Dyneema product for downwind. Okay, if you want to crank the performance up in a racing, club racing boat, we're going to move you from blended to pure high-tech cores, starting with the Spectra Dyneema family here. I have, this is Maxi Braid Plus. We've been selling this for years. It's a real workhorse. All of these are super strong. This is made with Spectra 900, so it's kind of old technology and when it comes to creep. So this is going to have the most creep of anything. I would use it for your off-wind, downwind halyards. With these, we've got Enduro Braid from New England, and Warp Speed from Samson, and Polytech. These two, all three of these are DSK 78. So we're in the neighborhood of using these for upwind and downwind. These are all double braids, and the high-tech core means you're going to do a high-tech core splice. With this, the Polytech, what's the tech part of this? It actually has Technora blended in with the polyester in the jacket, and what that gives you is a real improvement in abrasion resistance. So if you've got a line that's being eaten up in the clutches or on a winch, this would be a great upgrade for that. All right, last piece. This is Admiral DSK90. This is the latest and greatest. I would put this right up against Vectran. So upwind, offwind halyards. And then moving into the Vectran family, we've got V100 by New England and the Yale Crystalline. Again, double braid polyester, pure Vectran core, no stretch, no creep. This is basically our highest performance line right off the spool. Okay, now over to sheets. We are right back to double braid polyesters, economical, they're durable, all the same reasons I use them for halyards. We're talking your spin sheet, head soles sheets, main sheets, great basic for that application. If you want to stick with double braid polyesters, but maybe you're handling the line more often, like adjusting the main sheet or the head sole, going to the trophy braid with the kind of soft, fuzzy cover makes it easy to hold on to. And now we're talking main sheets as we go back into the single braids. Really not using this for head soles or spinnakers because you don't want to put it on a winch. They don't hold up that well on the winches. Here you've got that nice soft grip in an all polyester with the Yale PhD. Now coming over here, if you're really liking the single braids with their nice soft feel in your hand, we go to Yale PhD Racer. So this has the same kind of feel on the outside, but it's high tech because the polyester is wrapped around the Dyneema. So you're holding this nice, fuzzy, easy to grip polyester, and there's no slippery Dyneema on your hand. So that's quite a unique product. With these other single braids, SSR right here, and we've got the Salsa and also the BPX. Now these are blends with, so you can feel the Dyneema, so they're a little bit on the slippery side, but their softness kind of makes up for it. They're kind of pliable in your hand, so they still retain that grip. All right, so again, main sheets for the most part, keeping these away from the winches. So we want to have a little lower stretch. Maybe you want to make sure that the spinnaker pole is not bouncing on the headstay, and double braid polyester just isn't taking care of that in the big wind. We move right back over here, MLX and the VPC, blended Dyneema or a blended Vectran core. Still very economical, low stretch, nice sheet application. Okay, if there's something that's really driving you nuts and you want no stretch whatsoever, we're right back over to this family. This is where something like the Spectra 900, it's in Maxi Braid Plus, works out well in sheets. Also the other three choices that we've already gone over, and getting into the Admiral 90 in these applications is maybe a little overkill at that point. Okay, control lines, I'm going to take you through a lot of the same lines. We're right back at our starting place with double braid polyesters. As you can see, we've got a lot of diameters, lots of colors, great for color coding. Grab the red one, the green one. Again, back to trophy braid if you want it a little bit easier to hold on to. If you've got something you want even softer, we're right back to the PhD Cruiser from Yale. If still loving the single braids, we've just all of these hold well in a cam or a clam cleat. Need something that's going to hold in a clutch. We're right back to the blends. And you've got something where you have no tolerance for any stretch. We're back into the Dyneemas and the one Spectra here in a double braid so that you can use a clutch. Lastly, we've got, for those really odd control line jobs on board, we've got these. They're mostly for, they were built for dinghies, but we find them occasionally on bigger boats. And they are the Dinghy Polytech, the XL, I think I'm going to mix up XL Racing right here, the blue with yellow, Dinghy Control, and Dinghy Vectran, XL Control, and Dinghy Star Pro. I'm not going to go into all the details on these, but just wanted you to be aware of all these options. And generally, these are in the quarter inch and down family. So for these and all of your running rigging needs, visit us at apsltd.com.